Hi, my name is Meryl Davids Landau, and I'm the author of Warrior One, a novel that came out in 2019 and that won the gold medal in the Living Now Book Awards. The premise of Warrior One and the premise of my prior novel, Downward Dog, Upward Fog, is how do you keep your inner peace no matter what's going on in your life? And in the case of Warrior One, what's going on in Lorna's life is questions about whether something's wrong with her unborn baby, who she's nicknamed Dukesy. I'm going to read chapter 16, and I hope you enjoy it. My toddler Lila is reading a book at our kitchen table when I finally get the call I've been dreading the entire 2 weeks since we gave that blood. And then the man drinks the coffee, and then he walks out the door to go to work, and his baby waves by, Lila says, mimicking a reading cadence, describing what she sees in the picture. Is this Lorna? The woman asks, the second I answer the phone. It is. Madison? My caller ID shows it's my midwife's office, but it doesn't sound like Sally. Yup. I shift in my chair, steadying myself to absorb what's coming. Sally wants you to see the genetic counselor. It's a woman named Mai Eng. She set up a tentative appointment for you and Don for Friday at 5. Does that work? I shift again. Obviously, there is no getting comfortable. You know you have this terrible tendency to leave me hanging. I'm not going to be able to keep my blood pressure down if you don't tell me more than she wants me to see this woman. I don't know more than that, honestly. I got a note from Sally to call you with the referral. Does she do that on purpose, I demand, only partially kidding? To give you plausible deniability? Madison chuckles and the lighter moment downshifts my anxiety one gear. After what seems like an interminable silence, she responds, Don't sweat it until you hear if there is something to sweat. Actually, if I'm remembering correctly, she adds, you would say, don't sweat it even if you do hear that. She has me there. I'm the one who preaches keeping your inner peace, living in the moment, not worrying about things you can't control, yada, yada, yada. Another opportunity for me to enter the yoga mission field. But when I hang up the phone, I burst into tears. What's wrong, Mama? Lila asks, setting down her book and hugging me. I'm not sure what to say. Don and I made a commitment never to lie to our child, especially about our emotions. We each grew up in households where our mothers told us everything was fine, even when it wasn't. His mother was literally dying the last time she said this. Yet I can't tell Lila I'm concerned about the baby, since she's so enamored of the idea of him. Mama's not feeling well. I just got a little news that upset me. I'm happy with this answer, and it will hold, as long as she doesn't ask me what the news is. Fortunately, she hones in on the feeling well part. Mama wants to lie in bed to feel better? Exactly what I asked her when she had a tummy ache last week. That's a wonderful idea, Lila. Want to join me? Yes, I help you feel better. As we walk up the stairs hand in hand, I realize she already is. Later that evening, after Lila is asleep, I break down in Don's arms. Something's wrong with baby Dukesy, I burst out. Before he can tell me I'm fearing nothing, I tell him about Madison's phone call. Are you sure she didn't say why, he asks, after I relay the conversation verbatim. Believe me, I asked. I get hold of myself so I can speak. We're supposed to wait till Friday for news. I'll be a wreck by then. And that's before we even hear what this genetic counselor has to say. You'll be fine. He soothingly strokes my hair. You know how to stay present when you need to. No, I don't, I snap, convinced it's true in this moment. Then how about reminding yourself by asking those Byron Katie questions? They're perfect for a time like this. You're right, and amazing, I answer. I walk over to our bedroom bookshelf. After scanning the shelves twice, I spy Katie's classic book, loving what is. I grab the book and plop onto the meditation cushion by the altar, eyeing my statue of Lakshmi, the Hindu goddess of all wanted things. Please send us good fortune, I silently implore her. Okay, let's work through her process. I flip the book open. We start with her first query, challenging the truth of our thought that something is wrong with our unborn baby, Dukesy. We don't know for sure there's a problem with him, Don admits. Yes, but we wouldn't be seeing a genetic counselor if the results were squeaky clean. They'd tell us over the phone. You don't actually know that. So the answer to whether we know that something is wrong with him is no. I concede Don's point. We move on to another question, how we react when we believe the thought. It feels horrible that something could be wrong with our baby, Don says soberly. If I'm remembering right, we're supposed to go deep inside with this one. I light an incense stick on the altar. Red rose, my new favorite. I breathe in the calming scent and drip into my body. When I believe something might be wrong with Dukesy, my heart pounds hard, I say. My mouth gets dry. My uterus weighs 1,000,000 pounds. And my brain tells me I'm a failure as a parent, that I can't even make a healthy human being. What she said, Don replies, absent the 1,000,000-pound uterus. We observe these sensations for several silent minutes. Then Don moves on to the final question. And if we didn't believe our terrible thought? No idea, since this thought is consuming me, I say. What's your answer? I'd be the calm, easygoing person I'd like to be, he says. Yes, that's it, I agree. I'd also be a parent eager to hold our wonderful newborn son in my arms, he says. So let's be that, I say, with sudden clarity. Let's aim to be that. Isn't that another step mentioned in the book, he asks. I flip through the pages. Good memory. They call it the turnaround. That phrase reminds me of a jazz album from the 60s. I love that old stuff, he says. Isn't it also the name of a movie, I ask? Is it? Don whips out his cell phone, because since the invention of the smartphone, no uncertainty can ever remain. After flipping through some websites, he confirms my assessment. Something about a young guy who loses his parents and starts seeking God, he says. Sounds interesting. We should stream it. We're getting off point, Don smiles. Very. I grasp for an expansive thought. Here's a possible turnaround. Nothing is wrong with Dukesy. Nothing at all. Yes, I love that idea, Don says. That's what I'm going to hold on to. That no matter what we learn Friday, everything ultimately is perfect. I like that too. I nod to Lakshmi and wonder if it's a belief this goddess will help me hold. Hope you enjoyed my book, Warrior 1. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for listening.